So this session is a very short session for the hips. And I know lots of people have trouble with their hips, so let's go straight to work. And what I'd like you to do is I would like you to, first of all, do the hip rotations. So you can lie on the floor flat or slightly reclined, and you're doing the really big hip rotations like so. And you might hear some clunking going on. And then the opposite way. Okay, so if you're lying down, looks like this. Nice big circles until even maybe the hip is aching a little. Okay, and then the other side. So we first go one way. Going clockwise at the moment. Nice big circles where the femur goes into the socket. We're actually rotating the top of that femur as it goes into the socket. And then the opposite way, anti-clockwise, which can sometimes feel a little bit more like hard work. And why do we do this? We do this to send a signal to the brain. And we're saying, please use your abilities to send more synovial fluid, more lubricating fluid to that joint, because look, we're using it. Okay, so see if you can just, this also works the knee joint, but I'm just exercising that hip joint up and down here. Okay, good. And then straight up, like so. And then we'll go to one of my favorite hip exercises, which is you go into the wall and you put the feet at 90 degrees, like so. And then let's take the right foot and place it on the left knee. And then I would like you to push that knee back. Okay, so you know what your hip's like, and you know if that's going to hurt too much pushing. And you can gently encourage it to go much further back. And you'll feel really strong work going on in that right hip. Breathing into that. Lovely work there. And then you don't have to, but if you want to, you can reach through, take your hands on either side of your left thigh and bring that left thigh towards you as you push that right knee away from you. So let me show you so you can see it from the back a bit more, like so. Okay, so I'm pushing this right knee away as I pull the left thigh towards me. So that'll really work here on this outer side of the right hip. And you can do that for quite a while if you like. Let's go back and let's do the other side now. So we'll take the left foot and we'll place it on the right knee. And we'll gently encourage the left knee away. So this left ankle is not too far over because then we're just pushing the knee, but we're not really working the hip. Take that ankle quite far away, look like this, over the right thigh. And then see, like so, pushing that left knee away. And that'll do some lovely work around the back of that hip joint. Breathing into it. So this one is a lovely exercise recommended by physiotherapists as well as yoga teachers. But again, as you know, look after your own hip. You know what it can and can't do, and follow your own doctor's recommendations and advice. For those of you who want to or feel it would be helpful, you could reach through, hands either side of the right thigh, and then pull that thigh towards you while pushing your left knee away from you. And you'll probably feel that as a very long stretch. breathing into it, breathing into it. Absolutely super for the hip joint. Really beneficial. Lovely. And you know, you could stay in that each side for a couple of minutes each side for each of those exercises. To come down, go back to both feet against the wall comfortably, rolling over. And then I want to show you an absolutely magic exercise for the hip. Let's make sure that you can see me clearly. What I'd like you to do is to lie down and bring the soles of the feet together, like so. Yeah. And go onto my non-slippy mat. And then as you're lying flat, could you lift your pelvis up? And with your hands, you're encouraging your knees further apart and your thighs downwards while the pelvis comes up. So that's really rotating outwards on the femur. So it's moving in the socket in a very interesting way. Keep lifting. If that lift is hard, you could actually put a few cushions underneath there or a few yoga blocks. And it's helpful to stay in that position with the knees continually coming wider out, further down, breathing into it. And I call this my magic hip healing pose. My hip tends to go out because I dislocated it in an accident in 2020. So I really work on it well, keep it lubricated. I don't want it to deteriorate. And they told me I'd have arthritis a few years after the accident, but so far the yoga seems to be helping. And then eventually you'll feel actually that's too much, so coming down, bring the knees together, just gently ease out the lower back by bringing the knees towards you one side and the other, and then rolling over onto one side and coming up. So try to do that. You can basically do that last pose in bed just about, or lying on the floor, or you know, when you remember. I once did it in Kew Gardens, yes, because my hip was hurting and my family surrounded me for kind of privacy, and I did that last pose and it really, really helped. So good luck with that.